Welcome back to my series, Grocery Hauls on a Weight Loss Journey, and today I am back at Trader Joe's and we're going to check out what's back this fall. From the second I walked in, it was basically pumpkin galore everywhere, but it felt a little early to make my jack-o'-lantern, so I just went ahead and grabbed a mini pumpkin to decorate my room. My first stop anytime I go to Trader Joe's is the vegetable section, so I just got some chopped butternut squash to air fry. I also got some of these veggie bites that I've been obsessed with lately. 6 of them are about 150 calories. I also grabbed some mashed sweet potato because I thought it'd be a great way to sneak in extra veggies into soups and pastas. They've also got a high fiber content, so adding them to meals can help you feel fuller for longer. And while we're on the topic of sweet potatoes, I also picked up some of these sweet potato fries to throw in the air fryer. These are about 150 calories for 12 pieces. I also got some of these butternut squash spirals. They basically work how zoodles work, and I just throw them into spaghetti to bulk it up. One of my favorite Trader Joe's finds during this trip was the bubble tea packets. They're a fraction of the cost and the calories of regular boba tea. I've already made this a bunch of times. I just mix it in with some black tea, ice, and milk. If you're from India, you've probably tried the mango bar and it's really good. This one tastes just like that, and it's 110 calories for one popsicle and 4 grams of protein, which is pretty good for dessert. Another lower calorie dessert that I love to fit into my calorie deficit is the hold the cones, which are about 50 to 60 calories per cone, but something about this ginger flavor just threw me off, so I didn't end up getting it. I get these pumpkin waffles pretty much every fall, and they're about 190 calories for 2, and I love to pair it with their maple butter when it's back in season. They also had a whole display of these pumpkin pancake and waffle mixes, so I decided to check out the macros. Overall, I'd say it's pretty macro friendly, but I don't typically have the time to make batter on work days. I've recently been very into oats, so I was excited to see that new Pecan oatmeal. It's 190 calories and the protein isn't too great. I will probably make this with some protein powder when I make it at home for breakfast just to make it more filling. So that was pretty much all I had on my list coming in, so the rest of it was just me walking around and picking stuff up. One of the first things that caught my eye was the pumpkin bisque soup, but it was pretty high in calories and not that great on the protein side, and I typically eat my soup on the side of a sandwich, so I decided to skip this one. Instead, I got this autumnal harvest soup, which seemed to fit my macros a lot better. Another impulse buy I made while I was in this aisle was the autumnal harvest pasta sauce. It was 100 calories for half a cup. The ingredients list was full of whole ingredients, and I eat pasta pretty often, so I'm pretty excited to try this. So if you've been following me for a while, you probably know I'm not a big baking person, but if you are, this cookie mix might be a good option for you. So sadly, they didn't have my favorite pumpkin butter in stock when I went, but they did have some of the cinnamon bun spread and apple cider spread. And to be honest, after trying both, I wouldn't recommend either. So like I said before, I'm not a big baking person, but I'd say if you like the pumpkin bread at Trader Joe's, I would add some protein powder to up the protein and make it more filling. So on my way out, I also saw these Petite pumpkin spice cookies, and I'd say they're a pretty good option for when you're in a mood for a tiny bite. And I like to eat something that's light and heavy in carbs right before my workout just to give me some fuel, so I picked these up to try them out, and they're actually pretty good. And my final purchase, and probably my most favorite purchase of this haul, has been this honey roasted pumpkin ravioli. I use this to meal prep a few lunches for during the work week, and I'll probably share that video sometime next week. And finally, my number one non-food fall purchase at Trader Joe's is always their candles. I love the pumpkin one and the Honeycrisp apple. And that is all for this week's fall Trader Joe's haul. The whole thing came out to about $45, and I'll be sharing how I use some of these items to make healthy lunches next week, so be sure to subscribe.